everybody would do. With pilots, we're like, listen, pilots will fly the aircraft, we'll deal with the issue, we'll get the rescue aircraft in. If anything happens to us, we'll figure out how to defend against an attack, and if we get hurt, get a rescuer. The crew chief will fight the fires, anything that happens in the aircraft, keep the aircraft flying. Kurt, you just shoot out the door. All you gotta do is you gotta shoot out and you just keep the bad guys away from us. If we get shot down, your job is to stand a perimeter and prevent the enemy from getting to us, and we would take care of everything else. And so when I gave that briefing that morning, I had no idea that me, the highest ranking person and one of the pilots, was gonna be the most vulnerable and the person who needed the most help. And Kurt, who's just this big goofy kid, or at the time was a big goofy kid from Central Illinois, all he had to do was just that. And we get shot down. And I am incapacitated, and they're bringing in the rescue birds. The pilots are getting the wounded out. The pilot in command, and my crew chief is hurt. He's fighting the fires that's inside the aircraft. And Kurt, who has been shot, he was shot in the butt, actually in the tailbone, was going to shock, losing a ton of blood, because you can't really put a tourniquet on when you're shot in the ass. You can't. It's not like you tighten your belt or anything. But scared, not sure what he was doing, he still took his weapon and he stumbled in the direction of the enemy. And he set up a perimeter. And I talked to him later and I said, Kurt, why didn't you just run for the rescue bird? I was dead. They knew that I was dead, and they actually they reported me as KIA, and then later on they came back and he held the perimeter long enough for them to come and get my body. And it wasn't until later that they discovered that my heart was still beating. And so I never got a tourniquet, I never got anything, and it's grace of God that I survived the 20 minutes with all my femoral arteries cut, with the arteries in my arm cut, that I didn't bleed out, that I managed to survive until the first medic got to me. But he stood that perimeter for us, and so for me the Perimeter PAC is about standing your ground when things get tough, when you're scared, when you don't know what you're doing, but you're gonna do it anyway. Because as Kurt said to me, I didn't go for that aircraft because I just decided that they weren't gonna get through me, not that day, not as long as I was there. I was gonna hold that perimeter. And so that's for me what Perimeter PAC is. It's about defending those things, those values that are important to me that I think makes America great. The equality, the access to choice, to opportunity, to the fact that we in this nation are all equal, and that you can make yourself into anything, and that you have freedom of speech, and that you can free to love whoever you want to love. All of the things that are important to me, Perimeter PAC is my pledge to stand up to the perimeter to defend those things.